Good evening, Lagos. Good evening, Nigeria. Good evening, world. Good evening to you wherever you're listening to or watching me from right about now. Welcome to the recap and voice of the people, 90.3 FM. My name is Chioma Innocent. Some people call me the radio girl. You can join those who call me the radio girl. It's okay. I am back on your airwaves after a 2-week hiatus. Permit me to reach for my bell. Okay, if you're happy to hear my voice, say yeah. Okay, even if I can't hear it, I just want to believe you said so. So I've been gone for 2 weeks and a lot has happened, and I'm super duper excited to be back here today. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. This is the recap, and it comes to you every Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. It's that program where we analyze some of the major issues that trended during the week. And of course, to do the analysis, I have Mr. Peter and I'll be introducing him very, very, very soon. So while I was away, a lot happened. A lot was happening. It was like things on things on things. And every day I was hearing things, I was really busy. And I only had a little time to pay attention to the news. But oh my goodness, how do you feel about everything that has happened in the past 1 week or two? Anyway, we'll be analyzing some of those major issues that trended during the week right here on the recap. So fasten your seatbelt. As always, it promises to be an informative, educating, and of course a very, very, very enlightening session right here on the recap. If you're just joining me, welcome. We're live on YouTube. You can find us on Voice of the People 90.3 FM on YouTube. Just go to your YouTube app and type into the search bar VOP 903 FM, and you can get to see, the face behind the voice. Yes, even if you just want to see our studio setting, you just want to see Mr. Peter and Osiki as well. We are right here for you. The recap has just begun. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to maybe even tell an enemy that the recap has begun. At exactly 5 p.m. it will be time for you to air your opinion on everything we'll be discussing on the program today. I'm excited to be back. Are you excited to hear from me? All right, before we go into the analysis proper, of course, I have to give you a brief rundown of some of the issues we'll be looking at today. Like I said, quite a lot happened while I was away, and I just kept looking at it. I'm like, oh my goodness, there are a lot of major issues I will be coming back to. But I mean, I love being here. And I appreciate you for always tuning in, for being a friend of the house. So welcome to the recap again. Today's first topic will be on Ohaneze Ndigbo lauding President Tinubu's first year and making demands. So, Igbo socio-cultural organization Ohaneze Ndigbo has lauded President Bola Tinubu's first year in office. In a statement on Wednesday by its Secretary General Okechukwu Isiguzo, the group noted that the past few months signified a period of progress and development for the country. Okay. I know quite a few people may not agree with this, but this is the Ohanese's opinion. All right, and we'll be talking about this. We'll be analyzing it as the program progresses. Secondly, we'll be looking at the former Speaker of the Abia State House of Assembly, Chinedum Orji, saying that the All Progressives Congress, APC, that is the ruling party, is the best route for the Southeast to produce a Nigerian president. Now, Orji, who recently joined the APC from the PDP, that's People's Democratic Party, is saying that the Southeast needs to reach out to other regions to negotiate power. But how do you reconcile this though? When you say, they need to reach out to other regions to negotiate power, I understand some might want to say, it's politics. Yes, but even if it's politics, what about the will of the people in all of this? Right? Anyway, let's move forward. We'll be analyzing that as the program progresses. Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Oil, that's Heineken Lokobiri, has revealed that the Kaduna Refinery was not calibrated to process Nigeria's crude oil. What a revelation. It is indeed a revelation, just not one that many Nigerians would feel very, very good about. Because what do you mean that the Kaduna Refinery was not calibrated to process Nigeria's crude oil. I don't understand what that means. I don't know if it's the word calibrated there that is giving me issues or what, because what is a refinery for if not to refine crude oil? So the refinery in Kaduna is rejecting Nigeria's crude oil or what? I don't understand. All right. He made the revelation on Wednesday when he featured on a television program to speak on President Tinubu's first year in office. He's saying Nigeria has always imported crude based on the peculiarities of the refineries. And he also gave an example saying, the Kaduna refinery, they were importing crude oil from Venezuela. You know what? It's a whole lot. Stick around. You don't want to miss when we delve into the analysis segment on this particular topic. And finally, rejoice, Nigerians, rejoice. I've got good news for you. And I'm so serious. I've got good news for you. This last topic is good news for many people. I don't know how you will feel about it, all right? But for so many people, it's good news. Because, we all love money. Don't you like money? Money answers all things. They said, okay, the federal government is planning a fresh cash transfer scheme for 75 million Nigerians. Hooray! Up, federal government. All right. Now, according to the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, the scheme would provide direct payment to 75 million Nigerians and 50 million households to reduce the suffering of citizens, especially vulnerable groups. He's saying the cash transfer program was overhauled to tackle fraud. Nice one, federal government. Well done. And congratulations to Nigerians, right? So 75 million Nigerians and 50 million households will receive a certain amount of money to reduce the suffering of citizens, especially vulnerable groups. But I kind of have a question, because if you are helping 75 million Nigerians, what about the remaining over 150 million? What happens to them? What happens to us? If you're saying, especially vulnerable group, how do you measure the people who are vulnerable? How do you get across to them? Because the conditional cash transfers, the ones that people have been doing before, there's been so much reports and research on it, and it did not make much of a difference. So, anyway, welcome to the recap. If you're just joining us, all of this and more we'll discuss when we return from this break. If you're just joining us, you're welcome. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that the recap has just begun. Okay, welcome back. It's time for us to delve into the cracks of the conversation right here on the recap and Voice of the People 90.3 FM. This program comes to you every Saturday from 4 until 6 p.m. Yes, and what we do is we analyze some of the major issues that trended during the week. Of course, with me to the analysis today, as always, I have Mr. Peter Anosike. Mr. Peter Anosike is a philosopher, a development economist, a journalist, and a best-selling author. He's the author of Dangote's The 10 Commandments on Money. Now, this book was rated as one of the best development books in the world by the Wall Street Journal. Here in Nigeria, it was adopted as a workbook for grooming entrepreneurs by the Small and Medium Scale Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria. That is SMEDAN. SMEDAN is a federal government agency in charge of small and medium scale businesses in the country. So, drum roll as I introduce my guest. Welcome to the program today, Mr. Peter Anosike.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for coming. Okay, so we have quite a lot to discuss today. Like I said, so many things happened while I was away. And honestly, for some of it, I just don't know how to feel about some of it. But it's okay, I guess we're here to talk about all of that. But let us begin with Ohaneze Ndigbo, which is, would say the umbrella body of Igbos in Nigeria. They represent the body representing Igbos in the country. Most Igbos are under this umbrella. They come as spokespersons, a mouth for people from the Southeast, and they're saying that in this first last year. I mean, on May 29, the president clocked exactly a year in office. They are saying that, look, this past year in office, it has signified a period of progress and development for the country. Now, the group went on to say that despite inherited challenges like a retrogressive economy, treasury looting, infrastructural decay that President Tinubu has demonstrated the political will to overcome these obstacles more effectively, even much more than the previous 8 years administration under former President Muhammadu Buhari. Now, they're also saying that the president's approach with the previous administration, they contrasted President Tinubu's approach rather with, comparing it to the previous administration, alleging that during Buhari's tenure, the Southeast as a region faced deliberate economic suppression and targeting, leading to strife and insecurity. And what they're saying is it is no longer that way. And of course, they're lauding the president and saying he did so well. Now, Mr. Anaske, I want to ask you, right? All personal bias and prejudices apart, I want you to look at what the Ohanaeze has said and, really dissect it and really analyze it. Would you say they are speaking from a point of, like I said, all of the people from the Southeast, or they're speaking from a point of people who are up there and could have access to the presidency if they wanted to? Would you say they are speaking from a point of privilege? Because quite a number of people would disagree with what has been said.
Well, to start with, I want to tell you one thing that you missed when you were away. The National Assembly passed a bill to change the national anthem, understand? And the federal government gave 72 hours, understand, for Nigerians to learn the old national anthem. And there's now a controversy that Aisha Yusuf did not stand up when they were singing the old national anthem. But they didn't find out whether Aisha Yusuf has eaten. Because to stand up, you need food in your stomach. Understand me? You need energy to stand up. So people are criticizing Aisha for not standing up when they were singing Nigeria.
When they should have been more concerned if she actually had the strength
we
to stand.
healthy. But nobody asks her whether there's food in her stomach. So that is the hypocrisy in the country. That is the hypocrisy in the country. When somebody will mandate you to learn how to sing a national anthem, why he's not concerned whether you have eaten or not. Understand me? So that's what. Then for the Ohanaeze you are talking about, this Ohanaeze is the fake Ohanaeze.
Is the fake Ohanaeze?
Is the fake?
How many factions of Ohanaeze Ndigbo are
is the fake? Is the fake?
Why do you term this one fake?
The President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo is Chief Emmanuel Iwanyang.
And not Isiguzoro, the one speaking here.
So. And it is Emmanuel Iwanyang that took over from Ambassador George. It was Obiozo who died, because the President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo rotates among the 5 states in the Southeast and the partly River State. Currently, it is the turn of Imo State. So George Obiozo won for Imo State, and he later died. So Emmanuel Iwanyang was called upon to take up the mountain. So it is Emmanuel Iwanyang that is the President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo. So this one by Isiguzo as a secretary is fake. The current Secretary General for Ohanaeze Ndigbo is Emuche from Abia State. Understand? So, and this Isiguzo, now if you check all the socio-political organizations in the country, Arewa Consultative Forum, Northern Elders Forum, Middle Belt Forum, PANDEF, that's for Niger Delta, Afenifere, none commended Tinubu on his 1 year. None of them commended Tinubu on his 1 year because they know that the 1 year was a gross failure. So this Isuguzo, one, unfortunately, Okechukwu Isuguzo has to be my friend. Understand? We stopped being friends 2015. Understand?
Why is that? Was it due to differences in political ideologies?
He was looking for money from the APC.
And that's why you stopped being his friend.
A beggar cannot be my friend.
Not even if the beggar is in need. He's really in need.
So, Isuguzo, in 2013, I left Lagos to Abia to attend his mother's burial. That shows you how close we are. In 2013, I attended his mother's burial. So he's my friend. But 2014-15, I saw him now campaigning for Buhari. Understand me? That was when I deleted his number from my phone. So then he is now accusing Buhari government that he helped to campaign in 2015 of not performing. That shows you he's kind of a person. And I also read this statement that he signed. I didn't see anywhere he mentioned one thing that Tinubu had done to the Southeast. I read his statement from the beginning to the end. I didn't see anywhere he said that Tinubu had done this or that for the Southeast in the last 1 year. It's not there. But I'm not a Buhari fan. I can never be. But Buhari even constructed the second Niger bridge. Understand me? Which is a big achievement for him. So for now, we can say that Buhari did something for the Southeast. But Tinubu hasn't done anything. So why praising him? If not for sycophancy and looking for handout. Afenifere, which is the Yoruba socio-cultural organization, did not commend Tinubu on his 1 year. Arewa Consultative Forum, ACF, did not commend Tinubu in his 1 year. Northern Elders Forum did not commend Tinubu in his 1 year. Middle Belt Forum did not. Pandef, the South Forum did not. The Real Ohaneze, led by Iwanyang, did not. So this shows you that this is a group of people that are looking for handout, palliative. So the truth is that Tinubu need to be serious and deliver the dividends of democracy to the people. His 1 year was a failure.
Okay, you talk about delivering the dividends of democracy, and you also spoke about how, you know, all of these different, do we call them regional spokespersons and regional representatives, did not congratulate him or did not speak about the achievements of his
because they have nothing to celebrate.
Okay, be that as it may, right? You know that no matter how terrible things may seem, there are people who will always benefit.
The few.
Can we say that's the point where Isiguzo is speaking from?
He did not benefit anything. Okechukwu Isiguzo, is just looking for a handout from the president and nothing more.
Okay, you seem to be convinced about that.
Because I know him too well.
All right then. Now, while we are still on that issue, right, on the issue of 1 year in office and what people are saying, or what the Ohaneze in this case is saying about, if he's not speaking for them, how come the Ohaneze Indigo, you know, led by the president, that's Chief Emmanuel Iwanyanwu, has not come out to say anything or to counter his claim if he's not speaking for them. Is there a faction in the Ohanese and they are speaking from, it's like two different voices from one house?
No. Among the 12 apostles, there's a Judas. Understand? So there will always be a Judas. So the Isuguzo faction is the Judas in Ohanese. So they are just using that name to be defrauding people. They are just using that name to be defrauding people, and for Iwanyang responding, they say that there's a saying that smart people know how to talk, but wise people know how to keep quiet. Understand? Smart people knows how to talk, but wise people know how to keep quiet. So Iwanyang is a wise man.
For keeping quiet and allowing this narrative.
It is not every dog that barks that you respond to.
Okay, then you're listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM, and we're analyzing the issues that made the major headlines during the week. We've just spoken about the Ohanese Indigo, or rather a faction of the Ohanese
Indigo. A fake Ohanese
But it's still a faction inside the Ohanese Indigo now, and
but
it's been allowed to subsist. Why not stamp it out if they're not for you, if they're not speaking for you and they're not part of you? Why not stamp it out? Is it really in the interest of wisdom to allow somebody speak for you, knowing that that's not what you say?
Jesus, up with all his divinity, couldn't remove Judas. As I say, it's not every dog that barks.
Couldn't or didn't want to?
Couldn't.
So even if he wanted to, he wouldn't have been able to.
Because he shouldn't have appointed him an apostle at the beginning.
Can we really relate this with the Ohanese Indigo at this very moment?
As anywhere there are 12 people, that's a bad egg.
Okay, I was a bad egg in every 12, according to Mr. Peter Anas. Okay, let's move forward on the conversation this evening. Moving on the recap this evening, we have a former Speaker of the Abia State House of Assembly, Chinedum Orji, stating that the All Progressives Congress, that is the APC, the current ruling party, is the best route for the Southeast to produce a Nigerian president. Orji, who recently joined the APC from the PDP, noted that the Southeast needs to reach out to other regions to negotiate power. He went further to say that it's clear, in his words, it is clear that the APC is a far better route for Southeast to produce the president of Nigeria. The Southeast has to therefore get entrenched in the party, win the confidence and buy-in of others, negotiate and get the ultimate political power. There is no way an Igbo man can be president of Nigeria if we don't negotiate power. We have to talk with our southern brothers, the Yorubas, the South people and Northerners. Our population is not enough to vote for an Igbo as president. We need the votes and support of other Nigerians. End quote. So I was quoting him verbatim. Now, as much as I agree that you need the vote and support of other Nigerians, to actually become president, you need the votes of people from different regions, not just people from your region, even if they have the numbers. In everything he has said, there was nowhere where I read about the choice or the will of the people in his submission. It's more about political strategies and political permutations than actually the will of the people. Let us work together and join hands together to produce a candidate that is worthy of the people, to produce a candidate that the people will endorse and that the people will be proud of and that will represent the people in the way that they actually deserve to be represented. So can we say it's all politics and there's nothing here to talk about the betterment of people's lives?
Well, the truth is that Chinedu Orji failed election in 2023. He contested the House of Representatives under the PDP and fell. A Labour Party candidate defeated him. He contested under Omuahia, not Umuahia not a federal constituency and fell. Understand? So, and he has all the money in the world. So, assuming that money can do all things, understand? Chinedu Orji would have been a member of the National Assembly because his father was the governor. He's the son of Theodore Orji. And right from time that Orji Ozakando was the governor, this guy began to make money because it was him that Orji Kando was using as a governor. Understand? It was this same Chinedu Orji that imposed the Okezie Ikpeazu on Abia people. Because Okezie Ikpeazu was not the candidate of his father T. Orji. So it was him that imposed the Okezie Ikpeazu, who failed woefully in Abia. Understand? So he is now a jobless man. Understand me? He is now a jobless man. He is now a rolling stone. And he has rolled over to APC and now want to kind of make himself feel as if important. Understand me? Because one, the truth is that nobody can succeed alone. No ethnic nationality in the country, no geopolitical zone can produce the president. That's why you cannot talk of an Igbo president. You can only talk of a Nigerian president of Igbo extraction. You cannot talk of a Yoruba president. You can only talk of a Nigerian president of a Yoruba extraction. Because no geopolitical zone can produce president alone. You must get the support. You must there must be handshake across the Niger, as they used that to say. Understand me? You must reach out to other geopolitical zones. But to do that, it must not be PDP. I mean, it must not be APC. It must not be APC because APC from the beginning was anti-Igbos. From the beginning. From the beginning. When NPC was formed, let those who can read go and check the 42 executive officers of APC when they were formed in 2014. There's no single Igbo person there. So from the beginning, you were not reckoned with. From the beginning, they don't count you as being important. Understand? So it is not an Igbo party. It is only renegades, Igbo renegades. Understand? That can join APC. That they are just exercising their rights of aligning with any political party that they feel like. Chinua Achebe wrote, anywhere you go, even if your people are running mad, join them and run mad. I strongly believe in that. Understand me? You believe in joining the bandwagon? Because you can never win a judgment against your own people. Chinua Achebe wrote that in Things Fall Apart. That no matter how wise you are, you can never win a judgment against your own people. So APC is not for the Southeast. APC cannot win an election without rigging in the Southeast. That's a hefty one. They can never win an election, even in Imo. Even with all Imo, their numbers and all, of their people who are in their party in the region. I say APC can never win any election in Southeast without rigging. Are you saying it can win in other regions without that? We are talking of the Southeast because we should put our discussion that's in proper context. Some of the commissioners in Hope also they must government quietly will tell you what is happening in Imo. Understand me? So they have no base in Imo. They have no structure in Imo. I don't see any reasonable Igbo man who's a member of APC.
What you're saying is once someone from the Southeast becomes a member of the APC, you don't see them as reasonable.
Tell me one. Mention one. Mention one.
I'm only saying
mention
back
one
to you.
And let us look at the background of that person.
Peter Anoske, I'm only giving your statement back to you. You said
Rochas Okorocha, look at his background. Hope Ozodinma, look at his background. It is such people that can join APC.
Right. Here is the thing. You said, right, no reasonable person.
None.
Okay. By what terms do you define a person as being reasonable or not? And so I'm taking it back to you that it just means that to you, anybody from the Southeast who is aligned in social direction is not reasonable. That's your assessment. If you ask the people who work with them, who are close to them, they will not tell you that this person is not reasonable.
Check what is behind that joining the APC. I have told you that this guy, Chinedu Orji, failed the election in 2023. He was defeated by a Labour Party candidate in Umuahia, not federal constituency. If not, he would have still been in PDP at this point in time. Understand me? So that person that is in APC, check what is behind him joining APC. Understand me? Check what is behind him joining APC.
What do you think is behind him joining the APC?
I have mentioned Chinedu Orji to you. I mentioned Chinedu Orji to you that he failed election, even with all his money.
And you think that's why he defected to the ruling party?
Anything else? As if he has won, he would have still been in PDP by this time, because his father is still in PDP. So for me, APC does not have any foothold in Southeast. They can never win any election in Southeast without rigging. I'm telling you this.
So the long and short of the matter is, in this one, in what Chinedu Orji is saying, he's on his own, or he's just expressing his personal opinion.
It's his personal opinion.
By saying no Igbo person can president of Nigeria without negotiating power.
Our hope is not in APC. APC cannot take Southeast to El Dorado, because in the beginning they never counted on us. Understand me? From the beginning, they said, go and check the 42 officers of APC in 2014. There's no single Igbo man there. And when somebody don't count you as important, you must not count that person as important. When somebody don't recognize you, it will be stupid of you to recognize him. Understand me? So Chinedu Orji is a sorrowful person at this point in time. What hit him?
Sorrowful due to the fact that he lost that election.
He never believed it.
He was expecting to win.
His father was the governor. He put Okezie Ikpeazu as a governor. Understand me? He was instrumental to Okezie Ikpeazu as a governor in Abia. So he never expected what hit him. But the wave was too much for him.
Okay, then the wave was too much for him and he couldn't ride it. You're listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We've been discussing quite a number of issues which made major headlines during the week. The very first one was the Ohaneze Ndigbo, or rather a faction of the Ohaneze Ndigbo lauding President Tinubu's first year in office, and of course making some demands. Also, a party chieftain that is an APC party chieftain is saying that the ruling party is the better route for Southeast to produce Nigeria's president. Is saying that the Southeast cannot produce a president in the country without aligning with other regions and negotiating power. But there was something you didn't talk about, the fact that in all of this, there was no mention of the will of the people, or the power of the people, or the betterment of the people, or the needs, or the wants, or the desires of the people.
No, it is not in his agenda. It is not in his agenda.
The will of the people or the needs of the people is not in his agenda.
It's not in his agenda. Theirs is just to capture power and grab money.
To grab it and run away with it. All right, then let's move on and talk about the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Oil, that's Henneken Lokbobere, revealing that the Kaduna Refinery was not, in his words, calibrated to process Nigeria's crude oil. Now, the minister made the revelation on Wednesday when he featured on a television program to speak on President Bola Tinubu's first year in office. Now, he said that Nigeria had always imported crude based on the peculiarities of the refineries. And according to him, that's why he gave the example of the Kaduna Refinery, where crude oil was being imported from Venezuela. He's saying Nigeria's crude is one of the lightest crude in the world. It is one of the sweetest crude in the world. How do you know? Did you taste it? He's saying some refineries are not calibrated for that. That was why the Kaduna Refinery was one that was meant to refine very thick crude oil. So they were importing from Venezuela. So it is not happening for the first time. All right. Some people just cannot make sense of what he means here when he says, okay, Nigeria's crude is sweet, it's nice, but it's one of the lightest crude in the world. And the Kaduna Refinery was not calibrated, was not made to process crude that is that light. Can we really get something from what the minister is saying here? Because if that is the case, can it not be recalibrated to then be able to actually process that crude? Because we have crude, we have a refinery, right? And then we now go out and import crude and then now export our own crude to another refinery. How does it work?
Well, the issue is this. If it's in the other countries of the world, head will have started running since this statement was made. Because if you go there, you will see how much that was being made for turnaround maintenance of Kaduna and Port Harcourt
which was still not calibrated to actually refine Nigeria's crude.
And mind you, the crude has already been discovered before building these things. Understand? It's not as if we built
the refinery before finding the crude. From the beginning, the refinery should have been calibrated to actually refine that crude.
You should know the kind of crude that you are building this thing for.
Refinery for, yeah.
Understand me? So this is common. This shows you the kind of fraud, the kind of criminality that is happening in this country. Understand? And hundreds of billions of naira has been used over the years in maintaining this refinery that you said cannot refine Nigeria crude oil. Then what is it there for? And you are paying people working there. So you want to import from Venezuela refined oil, now send it to Kaduna Refinery too. Then begin that. It's criminality, it's fraud. It's fraud. So I don't know who is briefing this Minister of State for Petroleum Resources. It is the same man that said that the federal government is not aware that Dangote is importing crude oil from the United States.
Is not aware.
That's what he said. The federal government is not aware that Dangote is importing crude oil from the United States, and you are the Minister of Petroleum Resources. That somebody is refining in your country. You don't know where that crude is coming from. So for me, I think that name, Henneken, is at work.
Don't go there.
No, understand me?
As soon as you said that name, I knew where you were going. Don't go
our
there.
Name affects us. Our name affects us.
Was Henneken not a name of a person before it became a name of a brand of drink? Come on, don't do that.
I know Henneken as a brand of beer. I don't know that human beings also answer it. Understand me? So, for me, they should do proper investigation. That to find out, and all the contractors that have been going to Kaduna Refinery, all those that have been awarding those contracts, they should go and collect that money from them. Because you cannot be maintaining a refinery that cannot refine. So it is fraud. It is fraud. And this thing has been happening over the years. And for them to say that it is not calibrated, apart from their interest is just on stealing money from our national till, technology can easily do it. Understand me? Because since there are refineries that refine that kind of crude oil, technology can do it. It's a simple thing. But all the money that we have been told that are spent on turnaround maintenance, they should account for that money. It is important.
For maintaining a refinery that could not actually refine Nigerian crude, if that's the case.
But they built that refinery to be refining our crude, which means from the beginning, they deceived us. Understand? So assuming that they have finished building the refinery before now going to discover the crude oil, you can say, we didn't know when we were building that this kind of thing that will be coming out of there. So it's not just fraud, it is criminal, and for me it shouldn't be swept under the carpet. Investigation should go on this.
But my question is this though: if you said from the beginning, it wasn't calibrated to refine our kind of crude. Once you find that out, why didn't you
excuse me, I didn't say.
Trying to not you, the minister, right, said this refinery cannot refine Nigeria's type of crude, Nigeria's kind of crude oil because it is too light. As at the time that this particular issue was found out, right, all the money that was being spent on turnaround maintenance, like you said, why couldn't it have been used to actually recalibrate the refinery, if there is anything like that, so that it can refine Nigeria's kind of crude without actually doing the whole back and forth of we have crude and then we export crude and then we import crude and then we now refine crude, and then it's just a whole lot of back and forth that's unnecessary if you look at it.
That's the way money is being siphoned. That is the way money. The next thing you will see that maybe in the supplementary budget, federal government has budgeted the so billions of dollars for recabination orders of the, understand? Because for me, I don't understand it. You discover crude oil. You know the kind of crude oil that you have. Ours is Brent. Understand? So it's from after seeing the kind of crude oil, you now know the type of refinery that you are going to build. You cannot build a refinery in isolation. You cannot build a refinery without knowing the type of crude oil it is going to refine. So this simply means that they have been stealing our money over the years.
Honestly, there are certain things you hear and it just leaves you speechless, because now I'm beginning to actually understand, and I believe so many people listening are actually and watching are actually beginning to understand some kinds of things, because this is the first time I'm hearing that Nigeria's crude is too light and the refinery we have in the country cannot refine it. But then in your assessment or estimation, or for you, if something were to happen, right, or where do we go from here if we actually want to say, okay, you know what, let us refine our own crude and let us make sure that this refinery that was not calibrated to do it can do it? And that's why I'm talking about recalibration.
It can be done, it can be done, it can be done.
But what's the but?
No, that's their own way of siphoning fund. That's their own. When you build a refinery that cannot refine and you are spending billions on turnaround maintenance, what are you maintaining? And you know that this cannot refine. And you have been telling Nigerians over the years that Port Harcourt refinery will work, Kaduna refinery will work. it will start on November, it will start on March, it will start in April.
So all of those timelines were actually not true.
So you see the kind of deception that is going on in this geographical space called Nigeria.
Okay. Again, back to my question, right? Because I think you only answered the half of it. When you say it can be done, but I'm talking about what is preventing it from being done. Is this purely a question of political will?
It's for them now. Now
to decide to do it and actually
to decide that to do it. Now, let us agree that he has discovered a problem. When you discover a problem, what next? You solve it.
Okay, you're listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. You can find us on YouTube at VOP 903 FM. Head on over to YouTube right now. Type into your search bar. You can get to watch us live right here in the studios. My name is Chioma Innocent. On the other side of the table, I have Mr. Peter Anosike, who's analyzing the issues that made the major headlines during the week. And we've talked about quite a few of them. We started with the Ohanese lauding President Tinubu's first year in office and saying there was actually progress and development for the country in the past 1 year. I think we all have, different eyes and we see different things. Of course, also we have an APC chieftain, someone who just defected from the PDP, actually saying that the APC is the better route for Southeast to produce Nigeria's president. And of course, we just finished talking about the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Oil, that's Heineken Lokobiri, revealing that the Kaduna refinery was not calibrated to process Nigeria's crude oil. That is, we have a refinery, we have crude, but the two of them just cannot work together. And of course, you just heard Mr. Peter Anosike giving his analysis on that particular topic. We'll now go to our final topic for today before we open the phone lines. Don't forget that the phone lines will open at exactly 5 p.m. so that you can air your opinions when that time comes. Remember to keep it friendly. So, the federal government has announced the reinstatement of the suspended social investment program. According to the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, the scheme would provide direct payments to 75 million Nigerians and 50 million households to reduce the suffering of citizens, especially vulnerable groups. Now, he maintained that the cash transfer program was overhauled to tackle fraud. He announced this at the ministerial sectoral briefing to mark the first year in office for the president. Now, you recall that on June 12, the president had suspended all programs administered by the National Social Investment Program Agency for 6 weeks. Now, this was as part of a probe of alleged malfeasance and misappropriation in the management of the agency and in the management of the scheme. The president also suspended Betta Edu as Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation on January 8. Now, Betta Edu's ministry actually supervises the operations of the National Social Investment Program Agency. Now, all intervention programs were then suspended. But it seems that these intervention programs have been returned, Mr. Anosike. How do you feel about it? Sharing money, is that the way to grow the economy? We want to bring 75 million Nigerians out of poverty. How much will it actually take to bring 75 million Nigerians out of lasting poverty? And can it be done? If that is done, what happens to the others? Over 150 million Nigerians.
Excuse me, you cannot even remove 1,000 people out of poverty by dashing them money. You cannot. Just 1,000 people. You cannot remove them from poverty by dashing them money. And you cannot grow an economy by sharing money. So now, how did they get this 75 million? Understand me? How did they get this 75 million that they want to remove out of the
75 million people?
Understand? Because if you leave this phone line from now till next week, nobody will call unless those that they paid, understand, will say, yes, I have been contacted. And that's what.
How can you tell that those are people that were paid? Though
we know those things. We've been in the country. Understand me? Unless
as much as that is, are you saying there would not be just one particular person that actually, legally and legit collected the money? If we are to do a poll.
Unless those that they paid. Now,
that they paid the money or that they paid to say they were paid?
That they paid to make a phone call, I'm a recipient. Understand?
You've never received federal government's conditional cash transfer?
I know of somebody in Ondo who is a member of this social register thing, understand? That sent about 500,000 naira. That's to 5 people, understand? Now where trouble started is when he said that they should withdraw and return to him. The people said no, that this is government money. That's how everything just busted. So the truth is that you cannot do this kind of a scheme when you don't have data. Understand me? You cannot do this kind of a scheme when you don't have data
of the actual vulnerable people in the country.
One, we don't even know our true population in this country.
So we may be more or less than the 220 million that we think we are.
We may be more, we may be less, understand, we may. So there's no data in this country because most people are born in the rural areas. Their data are not taken. Many people are not born in the hospital. Understand? Deaths are not taken. So it is not easy to have even a fair, accurate population of our country. So data is not working. So you cannot run this kind of a scheme when there's no data. That's number one. Then number two, you cannot remove people from poverty by sharing their money. Let them go. When Oshibajo was the vice president, the 10,000 naira that he was sharing to people at the market were just waste of resources. You cannot do anything with such money. That's why if they are serious about removing people from poverty, what they need to do is to, this money that they want to share, let them invest it on our electricity. Understand? Let them invest it on our electricity. Now, a country of over 200 million has below 5,000 megawatts. It is a shame. This is not even enough for one big local government. And that's what a country of over 200 million people are using. So this money that they want to share, if they are serious, let them invest it in the electricity sector. Let them make the refineries to work. Then let them repair the bad roads. Understand? When there's a stable power supply, businesses will begin to grow in the country. That's the best way to remove people from poverty.
Not sharing money.
Even if you share 50,000 naira, it will increase the inflation. So give people the power, the opportunity to become productive. That's how to remove people from poverty. Make them productive, not making them beggars. Because this is what the Buhari and Tinubu government is doing, making Nigerians beggars. Now check how many people that have died where they went that to share foodstuffs. And it is only in this administration that I've ever heard such a thing. So they should stop making Nigerians beggars and transfer power of production to them. That's how to remove people from poverty. That's what China did. Understand? China tried something which they call one family, one product. One family, one product, making every family productive. This is what can remove people from poverty. This is what remove the 300 million from poverty in China within 10 years. 300 million from poverty. Because they gave them that power to become productive, not sharing money. No country anywhere in the world can develop by sharing money. It doesn't work.
Okay, it doesn't work. And rather than actually sharing money to the people, rather than giving the people fish, you teach them how to fish. 5 minutes before 5 p.m. on the number one station that gives you a voice of the people, 90.3 F. And this is the recap. My name is Chioma Innocent. I am your host. On the other side of the table, I have Mr. Peter Anosuke, who's been doing the analysis right here on the program. I've spoken about quite a number of issues. In a few minutes, the phone lines will be open so that you can also air your opinions. I know that many of you are like itching to actually do that. All right, so the phone lines will be open so that you can air your opinion. You can also send messages to our WhatsApp platform, and of course leave your comments on YouTube as well. It is always an honor. It's always a privilege to do this with you every Saturday. So before we go on a short break and return for more on the recap, Mr. Peter Anosuke, you have some information to give.
Okay, yeah. On the 3rd of August, that's just 2 months away, Ultimate Entrepreneurs Academy, it is an organization that trains graduates, students, and workers on how to become entrepreneurs. So Ultimate Entrepreneurship Academy, in partnership with Voice of the People 90.3, will be doing a business seminar. So they will be doing a business seminar. They will be raising entrepreneurs, because the word is do it yourself project. That's what the word is all about. It's a do it yourself project. So Ultimate Entrepreneurs Academy and Voice of the People will be doing a business seminar on the 3rd of August. And for those who are interested to participate in the seminar, should send their WhatsApp messages to this number 070 50 86 98 13. I want to repeat 070 50 86 98 13. So the participation fee is just 20,000 naira. To participate in the business seminar, that's how to grow your business, how to succeed in your business. The participation fee is 20,000 naira, and the venue is a Golden Tulip Hotel, 42 Murtala Mohammed International Airport.
Okay, there you have it. We'll take a short break, and when we return, we'll continue the conversation on the recap. Don't go nowhere, and of course, don't touch that dial.
Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
We have been serving you hot and fresh content on radio, and you have been loving it. Now we're taking it further. Catch us us live on YouTube at BOP TV for all the juicy content you can't resist. Talk shows, exclusive interviews, news, lifestyle, and more. It's all about you. BOP TV, show up, speak up.
You have to know the past to understand the present. So, let's bring you up to speed on important moments in the polity that you might have forgotten.
Politics as normal have been suspended today.
Detailed review plus analysis of all the local
Senate moves to recover 6 trillion naira ground rent from property owners, page 5.
and foreign stories that made the headlines during the week.
President Putin accepts defeat. President Putin keeps on coming back for more.
All of the intrigues,
PSF confirmed interest flow in store interim government.
tension,
The process through which people come into office is far more fundamental, more important than what they do now.
suspense, and political dramas.
This is a shining moment. I commend
The
INEC.
higgy haggers that took center stage just within the week.
You cannot criticize African countries for being undemocratic.
Will resist interim government.
Join the conversation on the recap every Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. only on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Study the past if you want to define the future. You have to know the past to understand the present. So, let's bring you up to speed on important moments in the polity that you might have forgotten.
Politics as normal have been suspended today.
Detailed review plus analysis of all the local
Senate moves to recover 6 trillion naira ground rent from property owners, page 5.
and foreign stories that made the headlines during the week.
President Putin accepts defeat. President Putin keeps on coming back for more.
All of the intrigues,
PSF confirmed interest flow in store interim government.
tension,
The process through which people come into office is far more fundamental, more important than what they do now.
suspense, and political dramas.
This is a shining moment. I commend
The
INEC.
higgy haggers that took center stage just within the week.
You cannot criticize African countries for being undemocratic.
Will resist interim government.
Join the conversation on the recap every Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. only on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Study the past if you want to define the future.
Welcome to the best exclusive radio station, VOP 19.3, bringing you the best mix of the best music.
Welcome back. You're still listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We had to go on a commercial break, but we're back now. Yay! Okay. Are you fast though? All right. It's time for me to start taking your calls and of course your messages. So someone's call just came in and this person timed it so perfectly that as soon as I came back from the commercial break, he started calling immediately and I recognize you. This is John Legend calling. Thank you so much. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903. Again, it's 0700 903 903 903. That is the number to call to get across to us right here in the studios. If you would rather send a WhatsApp message, it is to 0817 175 6338. 0817 175 6338. Again, it's 0817 175 6338. That is the WhatsApp number you can call. You can of course also send a message. We definitely want to hear from you. So who's my first caller for the day? Before I begin to take calls, right, I have two things to say. One, let your comments pertain to the topics that were discussed today, not anything before or after. Please, na beg at the beg. All right, because I know that we have a lot of things to say. We just want to talk about what's happening in the country, but let your comments just reflect or talk about the issues that we discussed today. Okay, now to remind you of the issues we've discussed. First of all, we spoke about Ohaneze lauding President Tinubu's first year in office, saying he's done well and the country has witnessed significant progress and development in this past 1 year. Also, we had APC chieftain Chinedum Orji, who just defected from PDP to the APC recently, saying that APC is the better better route for Southeast to produce Nigeria's president, and the Southeast must negotiate with other regions before it can produce a president for the country. Also, we looked at the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Oil, Henneken Dokubiri, saying that the Kaduna Refinery was not calibrated to process Nigeria's crude oil. That is, Nigeria's crude oil is too light and Kaduna Refinery cannot process it. And finally, we talked about the federal government planning a fresh cash transfer scheme to lift 75 million Nigerians out of poverty. So which of these you want to talk about? Remember to keep it polite, keep it civil, and don't use abusive or coarse language. All right? Thank you so much. And you are my first caller for the day. Good evening and welcome to the recap. Thank you for calling.
Good evening, madam.
What is your name and your location, please?
My name is Victor Shegun from Mushin.
Welcome, Mr. Victor. It's a pleasure to hear from you. Let's go. Let's hear your opinion.
Much, ma. Why thank you, DOP, and we welcome you back to the station.
Thank you so much.
And we are thanking you for your producer, for your the man Peter, for your job. Well done. Now, my own take is concerning the sharing of the money by the federal government. One, I believe in teaching people how to fish, how to produce, to be productive, as Peter has rightly said. Now, what I'm after now is how, for how long and for how many years are they going to be sharing money? Why not put people to be productive? For how long and for how many years are they going to be teaching us of providing food or palliative? And how are they going to do it? How? They have the list of the 75,000. They collect
75 million people.
So this is my own concern. So they should please let us know how they are going to do it. So they should teach us how to work. They should give us something to do, not money or food. It's to finish. Thank you, ma.
Thank you so much, Mr. Victor Shagun, for calling all the way from Mushi. It's a pleasure speaking with you, and I appreciate you. Mr. John Legend, welcome to the program. Good evening.
Good evening, Choma. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. He can hear you. Let's go. Mr. John Legend, are you there?
See, one word Mr. say, he say, even if you speak the today, that you will die. Do you understand me?
Come again, I didn't get that.
You see, Dino Malaya said that if or they must die.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay, go ahead, John Legend. Let me actually get what you're driving at.
The Abia, because what happened to Abia State during the urge?
Oh dear, there is a terrible network situation and it's caused a glitch in the conversation. So you know what, John Legend, give me a call back. I definitely want to hear from you. Welcome to the conversation. Hello. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Hi, what's your name and location, please?
My name is Tito. I'm calling from Ejigo State.
Welcome. Let's hear from you quickly.
My own opinion is the one way they thought say Igbo cannot be president. Say na him be God. If he be next time now, Igbo will collect it.
You know what he said? He said
talk anyhow.
Wait, brother. He said before Igbo person go become president, he must join APC. So nobody said they're not going to be president at all.
APC is not a god. APC is not a god. And God goes down for us. Thank you.
Okay, he said all he has to say. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, what's your name and location, please?
It's Tony Chukwudi. Chama, welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Let us know where you are going and when you are going. So don't just do us boom.
Forgive me, but I'm here now. Thank you so much. So let's hear from you quickly.
Mr. Nosike, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
So, Chama, Did you? There is something that I will start with the Ohanes and Igbo, because you were there with Mr. Anosike. Mr. Anosike told you that these people are a faction group, and you still maintain calling them Ohanes and Igbo. I don't know why. When somebody is being corrected and the person tries to enforce it, it's like you are enforcing these people to some of us who know they are not the men Ohanes and Igbo. That's one. Sorry, I know maybe it's the way you put go on with your work or something, but that's the way I feel. So the other one is the issue of the crude oil. Do you know that Nigeria, as they said, their crude is Brent crude and is the expensive one? That's what Nigeria doesn't know. It's the Brent crude and is the expensive. It's being marketed here in UK. That's where they market it. Now we are talking about somebody, a minister for oil, is telling us that the refinery in Kaduna is not or was not calibrated to process the Brent crude. Please, that refinery has been there and was refining the same Brent crude, or was that refinery refining another crude from Nigeria? And moreover, let us not forget that some of our crude has been mortgaged already. I don't know. So when they are talking, they are not telling the Nigerian people the truth. You see, these are the reason why there are some certain things. Some of us that are here in the Western world some of us have moved about. Some of us where we are working or the things that we are doing made us to know there are so many things they are telling Nigerians back home are not true, and it's very, very easy to deal with. The world of today doesn't need any rocket science to do some of the things. Some of all these things, the materials, the spare parts, everything is there. It's only that they don't want to do it because somebody is benefiting from it or someone is sabotaging it. So when they are telling Nigerians, okay, it's not calibrated, calibrate it. Seal it up. Every petrol station here, when they calibrate it, there is a seal stamp they put on it, so you don't tamper with it. Everything that is meter in the Western world, ask anybody, anything that is meter that you are paying from that meter is being calibrated, metered, and then seal it up. Anytime that seal is removed, then that means that meter is tampered with. So let them go and calibrate it. It doesn't take a rocket science to do it. If that is the reason, if that's the only thing they can do for Nigerians to be getting the petrol at the cheaper rate, which I don't think, because when you mortgage the product, if you want to, you have to buy from the people that you already mortgage it from. So that is all I want to say, because is every time I keep on thinking that they are calling Nigerians fools. And Chum, I know you didn't discuss about these things, but there is something that I'm begging you people to be doing. I have told some of you, please let us stop talking about the federal. Let us start talking about the states. They are the one killing the people, the governors and so on. Please.
But we can't not talk about the federal. We can't not.
Trauma, everything that you are facing, the pole, the electric, the potholes, everything has to do with the states. They are the one killing Nigerians. The money they are taking, Nigerians are not seeing. They only see the federal. Where is the local government money? Where is the transformers? Where is the I can go on and on. It has to do with the local government.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Tony, for calling right here.
Mr. knows what I'm talking. Let us stop all this federal. Okay. The state is the one doing the damage more than the federal.
Thank you, Mr. Tony.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and keep listening. The recap continues. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi.
Yama,
what's your name and location? I'm very well, thank you.
I won't tell you my name, Mama. Can I remain anonymous?
You should know the voice now.
Barrister
you should know the other voice.
Welcome to the program, Barrister.
It's not to.
Welcome. Barrister, so which one do you want to talk about?
Yeah, this is not... okay, are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you, Barrister.
It's okay, dear. Peter, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Well done, no. There is something about that refinery which you will discuss. You know that up to tomorrow, we are paying 600 staff in Kaduna Refinery. 400 in Warri and about the same number of staff in Port Harcourt. Yet, they have not produced 1 liter of anything, either fuel, diesel, or jet air, for many years now. You can imagine that. Go and do the staff audit. You will know those who have been working there free, just collecting money for nothing. Under Buhari, we are paying them 10 billion naira every month. 10 billion naira we are wasting for a refinery that is not producing anything for Nigeria. What I'm saying is that you can see where our money is going, wasting money. Then after, they will now come and tax you and I for the money they are wasted. That is Nigeria. That is one Nigeria for you, one Nigeria. You built a refinery that is not producing anything, yet you are paying staff in that refinery. You are paying staff up to tomorrow. They are collecting staff, they are collecting salaries. And you are asking us, you are telling me there's no money. The over 30 trillion Buhari collected from CBN, where is it? I thought the National Assembly are investigating that money. Where is it? That is the money they should have used to do something reasonable. But now they are asking you and I to come and start paying tax for the money they have wasted and spent. That is Nigeria for you. For those who are asking where is our money, you can see where it's going to. Good evening.
Good evening, Barrister Darlington. Thank you so much for calling. Okay, so Mr. Anaske, do you want to add to what Barrister Darlington has said? You want to make any comment on that?
I say if it's in a civilized country that the minister made this statement, hairs will have been started running since.
But it's Nigeria, so we shouldn't expect that.
Well, this is a country where anything goes.
Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Please turn down the volume on your radio set.
Hold on, please.
Hi, what's your name and location, please? Hello? All right, give me a call back, 0700 903 903 903. Call me up. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Good evening.
What's your name and location, please?
My name is Tony Chude. The other one is Anthony Chude. Me, I'm Tony Chude.
Okay. Almost the same difference, but that's okay. Where are you calling me from?
Yes. I'm calling from Ayoko.
All right, great to hear from you.
Mr. Chude, good evening to you.
Thank you, sir.
Choma, I would rather call you the radio lady rather than radio girl, number one.
Okay.
Yes.
Just go ahead with your opinion, all right? We can talk about nomenclature later.
No, I think you are doing well.
Thank you so much.
And you are having many fans now. You are having many fans locally and abroad.
Okay.
And so I think you have to upgrade your world news to have international content. Many times it's just local news that you people read. And I want you to retain your patronage. I would like you people to retain their patronage. I think it is very, very important.
All right. Thank you so much.
Take my suggestion in good faith.
No problem.
The program that is anchored by Citizen Jones on Saturday morning, I think it can grant us 2 minutes to express ourselves, because that's what obtained in other programs in DOP. At least 2 minutes. Or 90 seconds.
Okay.
I think it will make a balanced contribution.
No problem. Mr. Tony, thank you so much for that. But then we really want to hear your opinion on what we discussed today.
Yes, concerning Mr. Chinedu, I do not think he can advise people on how to play politics, local politics in Nigeria. We have had great politicians from the East. Dr. Zikiwe, M.I. Okpara, K.O. Mbadiwe, so on and so forth. Even former Vice President, the late Vice President Ekwueme. So I think if he's comfortable with that, let him go ahead. We have our head on top of our neck, and we can discern how to move. This is already making waves in the country. And I think if there is a credible election, he can win the election in Nigeria, because it has credibility. That's just what I want to say concerning the story. I think it should be ignored.
Okay, it should be ignored. Thank you so much for your call, Mr. Tony, and thank you for your suggestions as well. 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to the recap. Thank you for holding on. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Shoba.
What's your name and location, sir? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Give me a call back. I definitely want to hear from you. 0700 903 903 903. Welcome back. Good evening.
Good evening, Shoma, and good evening, Mr. Anosike.
We can hear you. What's your name and location, sir?
Ola from Chicago.
Welcome, Mr. Ola. Let's hear from you quickly.
Yeah, and I want to greet my Dr. Barrister Dalente. My regard to him.
Yeah, he can hear you.
Yes. Okay. I just have a message for Southeast politicians. I can see that those people from there, not all of them, I'm sure they cannot learn. They should learn from the past. The regime of Buhari deceived them and said they're going to give them president. All those people, PDP, like Umahi, or I can't remember the past governors, they switched from PDP to APC. What happened at last? They didn't get nothing. Now, some people from Southeast politicians now are canvassing for people to join APC, for them to get power. When are they going to learn? These people, whoever in the position of power, they are deceiving them. They are using them to get power. I don't know why they cannot learn.
Oh dear, lost that call right there. Give me a call back. I definitely want to hear from you, Ola. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Hello.
Hi. What's your name and location, please?
This is Obi calling from Ikeja.
Welcome, Obi. I'm very well, thank you. Great to hear from you. Let's hear your opinion.
Chipanosika agree to.
There one.
Chipanosika, please, I beg you, stop calling Okuchukwu Isibuzoro or Haneze person. He is not, please.
All right, I'm sorry, I won't do that again.
If he was a Haneze person, he would have been with the Emmanuel Iwanya and others to visit Nandekalo. That is number one. The issue of the 75 million. See, the federal government, they speak from two sides of their mouth. They say when they increase the salary of the civil servants, that is going to cause inflation. What's the number of civil servants that we have in Nigeria? And if you shut 75 million people, 50,000, is that not going to cause inflation? The head of the John the Baptist, that the three arms of government put in their accounts, the judiciary, executive, and the legislative, they are paying themselves humongous amounts of money will not cause inflation. It's paying the civil servants money that will cause inflation. 75 million people paying 50,000 will not cause inflation. Tell Nigerian government to give us a space. People are dying. They should allow people to survive, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your call. It's always a pleasure when you call in 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. That is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. You can also send a message to our WhatsApp line 0817 175 6338. Welcome back, Mr. Ola. Sorry, we had a network glitch there.
No problem. I just want to have a little thing to say. Why not Southeast governors presently? Why can they not declare 38th of May as a public holiday? June 12th, Tinubu was declared the June 12th as public holiday in the state before it was come to general holiday. I'm urging the Southeast governor to do the same thing. Thank you, Shoma. Thank you very much. God bless you and God bless Mr. Anosike. That's what I can say.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your opinion. It's always a pleasure hearing from you from anywhere you're calling, from anywhere in the world. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi. What's your name and location, please?
Hello.
Hi, I can hear you.
My name is Rosalind.
Welcome.
Hello, are you hearing me?
I can hear you, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Okay. Somebody who said that without Southeast joining APC, that they can become president in this country. Are they God? Number one, we who both we that is as this APC government as is doing now. So the whole he wanted me that everybody is pleased with them, both those who vote for them and those who don't vote for them. So my comment is that if this condition is with Nigeria, so make they continue with APC. I think you understand me. So that is number one. My time still remains.
You remain.
So what I want to say again, because they change national item for Nigeria. Let them change the coat of arms, because that coat of arms, I think, is the one control them. Coat of arms is not a human being; it's an animal. Let them change the coat of arms. You hear me?
Yes, ma. They should change the coat of arm to human being so they work well.
Yes, so that they will be behaving like a human being now. You don't see what is going on.
Okay,
how they are suffering us. So that is my contribution.
Thank you, Madam Rose. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That one made me chuckle. Okay, welcome to the recap. Thank you so much for holding on.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Chayoma.
Yes. What's your name and location, please?
Yes. My name is Jova. In the English way, we call Choma as Chayoma.
Okay,
hello,
that's
Mr. Peter.
not my name, actually. He can hear you.
Yeah, I know. Mr. Peter, I greet you, sir.
Good evening.
Okay. Let me speak on, I've forgotten the name of the man who said until Igbos, or if Igbos join APC before they become president of
Nigeria. That's
Chinedum Oji. So obviously, he would like all Nigerians to be a one-party state. And that is not healthy for democracy at all. For a democracy to thrive, there must be for and against, known as those who are in government and those that will form the opposition until the end of time. Tinubu has remained an opposition, and on no account was the whole of Nigeria become PDP, even though at a stage, majority of the states were. So for this country to move forward, there must be a set of people, like Mr. Peter rightly analyzed, and that is yet to be countered by the callers, that APC formation excluded the Igbos ab initio. So it is very important that we understand that we need a Nigerian president and not a tribal president. Hello, are you hearing me?
I'm with you.
So please, and again, whoever is saying that he is the chairman of Ohaneze Ndibo, that has actually been trashed by Mr. Peter Nosike, rightfully and respectfully so. And I agree with him 100%. So finally, before I drop, hello?
I'm with you.
Mr. Henekin, pardon me if I didn't call that name well.
Yeah, just go ahead.
I think he should be fired. He should be sacked. If I were the president, I would sack him immediately. He is not worthy of that office. How can he come and tell us that our refinery is not capable of refining the crude oil that we produce in this country? So is he telling us that he will continue to stash away our money until when? So I am calling on the president to sack him immediately and replace him. He doesn't know what he's doing there.
Thank you.
So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your call. It's always a pleasure to hear from you. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
What's your name and location, please?
My name is Chinedu Muhammad Kayode.
Okay. Welcome to the conversation. Let's hear from you quickly.
Yes, my sister, you see, about the Ogawe talks here, our refinery not feel capable to produce certain products. In the first place, but the thing we will blow for whistle, now see the blow go out. In the try protect in portfolio, as the normal embezzlement, as the normal criminal, what is the talk? If not, on the right sense, my sister, on the right sense, why will you build a shoe? You know you should not size your leg. Your leg has been in existence before building the shoe. You know go build shoe when you know go enter your leg now. Because there was a leg before building the shoe. So no plan for what you want to produce. You don't know the kind of thing you want to produce, you just build the refinery. You see, this is our country, but so they will just believe say we are born to rule now be this thing. That is why I do not agree to one Nigeria. Pardon me if I comment is somehow wrong. Hello, are you with me, ma?
I'm with you. Just round up.
So that makes me no believe say on one Nigeria. When somebody will believe say they can do and undo, they will do anyhow and nothing will happen. Let's say, for example, this very president, before God and man, I think he has a plan. Yes, because he didn't come there to look for money. Already he has the money. He want to make name and make some changes. But the power that be, those who believe say they be, they turn them upside down now. They turn them upside down. And if you don't do with them, it could be like say you don't go finish the president. Thirdly, you see, there's a power in nomenclature. That is a name. I make you know high with the statement.
Thank you. You don't try. Thank you. John Legend, I know if I don't take your call, you won't let me hear the last of it. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Thank you for holding on.
Yeah, good evening, Grandma. What I want to say is that what this man just said now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu told us that he is ready, that we shouldn't blame him. We should not even have mercy on him. That if he ready to play the ball, he will make the country rolling. So if anybody is now telling me that people that are not allowing the man to do his job, that they are saying to break all life, because Bola Ahmed Tinubu told us that he will keep the ball rolling. He is able to the task to rule Nigeria. So anything he is saying, people are saying that that's a simple mistake. Now for the
are you there, John Legend? All right, you keep having these network issues, all right? Give me a call back in about 8 minutes. I will be taking your comments on YouTube and, of course, on our WhatsApp platform. The show is ancient to an end. I know you don't want it to end, and the same thing for me as well. But we must do what we must with the time that we have. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Choma and Mr. Peter.
Yes, what's your name and location, please?
Okay, my name is Emmanuel. I'm calling you from Ilasa.
Welcome, Emmanuel. Let's hear from you quickly.
Thank you. I've listened to all the barrage of talks about Nigeria. I want to believe that those of us who are governed are more than those governing us. And until we understand our numbers, we will continue to just be ordinary masses in their hands. See, 2 and 20 is a huge difference. But when Jonathan visited one area in the north, before his campaign in 2014, he said, if the window and doors and roof of a house is bad, you can replace them. But when the foundation is bad, the building must come down for you to have a new building and focus on the foundation. You see, the Nigeria project, as it is now, nobody understands the mystery. And that's why they've not been able to demystify it. We are just working with trial and error. See, let's wind down Nigeria. Leave only local government to function. Let there be a confab or a kind of national assembly, like national conference, both for youth and the oldies and the middle age. Let them sit down in every local government. Then we'll move it to state and federal. Let's discuss how Nigeria will be for those that will come after us. Until we have that discussion and set a new constitution, there can't be another nation. There can't be a new nation. We're only deceiving ourselves. Both those of us talking, now fear they do us. You understand? But I started with those governing us and not more than we govern. So until we understand this fact, those who make this change impossible, I'm sure they want to make violent change inevitable. So it's not funny. You go to the market, look at what the market is saying. Look at the children now, those I pity. Those even giving birth now, I pity them. Nobody's even talking about the commonest things that are so difficult to get these days. Then those who have people abroad who sponsor them on anything they want to give them Maggie in their kitchen. Then when you talk, they are like it doesn't concern them. One day, rain go fall on somebody with the inside house. You not gonna know how the rain take enter there. Then you gonna know say water don't pass Gary. Then everybody will come out to come check. Both those with their roof they leak and those that say their roof they okay. Everybody, something will pursue everybody come out.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your call. I do appreciate it. Thank you for holding on. Good evening. Welcome to the recap.
Hello, good evening. Yeah.
Hi, what's your name and location? I'm very well, thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you so much. What's your name and location, please?
This is Renade calling from Spain.
Welcome to the program. Let's hear from you in a minute or two.
Mr. Anasika, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, okay. Happy weekend. Okay, Choma. Well, my greeting to the lady that was moderating this forum when you were just vacation. I don't know what's her name. I don't know. My greeting to her.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, let me just start with Johannes. Choma, well, the people have spoken concerning this Siguzero. Because of I wanted to call be the first person to call because I know people will just condemn without planning to listen. So people may just not listen, may just say this that is why I wanted to call first and tell you no, not to use that Isiguzoro. This and Isiguzoro is nobody. We don't know him. I don't know him even. If Iwanyang will know. Iwanyang is this thing that we don't have this thing on Eze. Even here, that in Madrid, we have every state in Madrid, every state in Spain have this in Igbo Union. The one in Madrid, they call it Ohaneze Ndibo in Madrid. So if they can just maybe bring an idea and you tell them that you tell people that Ohaneze Ndibo. Ohaneze Ndibo is Iwayamu. And the Iwayamu don't expect the Iwayamu to come and criticize or say something concerning against what this guy said. When they call Iwayamu, it's like calling Obi to respond to Reno Omokri. It's like an insult. Calling Ibrahim to respond to this, it's like calling Obi to respond to Omokri. It's an insult. That guy doesn't exist to us. So concerning this, Mr. America have said it. Concerning this people that Igbo people in APC, just take the record. I know most of people will just say, people don't help this out. You say you have to have nothing to back it up. That is this thing.
But we need
this is crystal clear. No, even yesterday I was expecting when the news just came that IPOP kill soldiers. I was expecting you people to say you can't back it up. It's only what let's make this forum a voice of the people, not the voice of the government. Because I was suspecting that it's not voice of the people. People cannot say their mind again without interruption.
No vex.
You see, so these people now just take the record. Okocha was after this thing. They called him to come and explain how he spend money just to join APC. Like look at all of them, Dave Umahi just looking for power. Is it just take the record? You don't have any people that you will respect. Look at this the Igbo governor, this Imo governor. Hopeless of them,
okay.
That guy now
okay.
Sorry for that. Hope who's of them, Governor Hope who's of them. Let me sorry for that.
Yeah, 1 minute. 30 seconds.
If you just when this EFCC raised this thing now, this guy joined APC. That was how they closed the matter. But this thing cannot just sweep on the carpet. That is the thing. But anytime you want to use this Ohanese, once it's not a Iwayamu, don't use Ohanese. We don't have any other Ohanese. If not Iwayamu, that is the thing. It's our president. Okay, have a great weekend. My greeting to your Mr. Anasike and the girl that was since last 2 weeks. Take care, my dear.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And I appreciate that you appreciate Valerie, because she did hold it down, and I appreciate her as well. Welcome to the recap. You're my final caller for the evening.
Hello, my sister.
Hi, what's your name and location, please?
This is Mr. Tolabi Abiodun once again.
Welcome. Let's hear from you quickly.
Like Mr. Anosuke said earlier, there must be Judas in every disciple. So I'm a Yoruba guy. My name is Abiodun. But I'm just trying to say is that Nigeria, we need to work for. I'm not trying to. I love every tribe. But I just want Igbo to be in authority of this country. We are wealthy. We are a wealthy country. We just have people with vision. People that have positive mindsets. People that really have compassion on the masses. We want them to be in authority in this country. That's what we need. We need constant electricity. They want to give 75 million. They want to give them money in this 21st century. Can't we channel all this money? Both the one that they will pay for the Hajj, can't they to channel to make sure that we have 24-hour electricity, not stop. But they are deceived. They think that everybody is a god level. No, the world is moving forward. So Nigeria, we are going to take over our Nigeria. Nigeria must be fine. Nigeria must be okay. People are dying everywhere. People cannot buy Gary. Even me, that I'm here, I used to buy Gary before. But I can't afford to buy plate of Gary again as they work out of their hand. You understand? So, because we don't have a good leader in authority, that's what we are talking. Immediately, we have people that have vision. Nigeria will be great.
Thank you so much for your call. I appreciate it. Now, I know I said that was the final call, but I must talk to Remy. Hi, Remy. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Welcome back.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's hear from you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Same to you.
Yeah. A quick one, because you're almost done. I've been saying this, and I'll keep saying it. This APC government does not have the capacity to lead this country right. We all saw the 8 years of Buhari, and we've seen a year of Tinubu. 9 years together, we are far worse than we were 9 years ago. From the prices of goods to the state of things in this country, insecurity, economy. Tell me one sector that is working under this government. Just one sector. Education, health, security, none of it. And the only tool they have is, once they can't govern as well, they'll probably put up confusion, then division, the next. By now, we should be discussing the 1 year achievement so far. But they've given us what to do with national anthem. National anthem is what we've been discussing about. What has national anthem got to do with the lives of cities in this country? Just yesterday, farmers were killed in Borno State, fishermen, and they were threatened that if they dare not leave their community, they are coming back for them. ISWAP did that yesterday. They've been doing that. Some part of this country are paying levy to terrorists before they can go to farms. What is the government doing about that? Nothing. And you think this country will move forward? We are joking. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much, Remy, for your call. It's always a pleasure to speak with you on several different issues. My name is Chama Innocent, and you have been listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We'll now move on to taking your comments on YouTube and your messages on our WhatsApp platforms, beginning from YouTube. We have Choma Chibuzo saying, good afternoon, we're enjoying your program. Wonderful, thank you so much. Akinola Olumide Omotayo says, good evening, my sister. Happy new month. What is the difference between Nnamdi Kanu and Anosike with the way they talk on radio? If he's a leader, will he accept such? Anosike is not doing well. All right. Efemachko says the caller is very right. The state governors are doing poorly. The president already said so. We should be holding state governors accountable. Stephen Ife, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you, Stephen. Igbo man says we need Biafra, no president. Oladewale says, are there fact-driven journalists in Nigeria who can poke holes on all the deceptions emanating from the career looters and stealers of the treasury? Ihan Acho Mark Ekbendu say, hey, Mr. Noski, let government do what? Oladewale says, how many career politicians in Nigeria are accountable for anything, including ruining the lives of millions? If you're seeking for deceptive practice, head to the career politicians in Nigeria. Pastor Trust No Man says, Reno Omokri should be disregarded. But we're not talking about him. If anybody is saying that this government is on the right track, they should carry a microphone, go to the market and announce it. If the person comes back alive, you know actually they are truthful. Okay. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for sending your messages on YouTube, for your comments on YouTube, rather. Let's move on over to WhatsApp, where I'll be taking more of your messages. Let me see. Okay. You didn't say your name. How am I supposed to know who's writing this? But scrolling up to previous messages, I see this is Tarila Jeff from Banana Island saying the Southeast is the problems of themselves. Charity begins at home. The Igbos are the most traveled race in Nigeria. They are billionaires. They should develop their region. They have what it takes to transform their region by coming together. Oh, Tarila Jeff from Banana Island. The 5 eastern states can come together, put resources into major infrastructure, and they will become the envy of all. They should follow Alex Oti. Abia State now generates its own power. Igbo can do big things, and the Nigerian state will be envious of them. Okay, Etete from Oslo, I can't take your message. I'm sorry, it contains abusive words, so I cannot take it. Unfortunately, please make sure your message does not concern any. If it cause anybody, me, I will not read it though. All right. Please let me just write your name at the end or at the beginning of your message so I can know who's writing to me. Okay, thank you so much. I would really appreciate it. All right, the government can't lift anyone out of poverty through an almajiri beggar scheme. People who receive the money would only use it to buy food as their own share of the loot. What sensible business can you even start with 50,000 if you don't end up spending your capital on dubious taxes, transportation, and food? Mr. Noske, have you seen the current size of fufu? Almost the same size with chicken egg. Very soon it will drag size with lizard egg. But then all the times I've been hearing cash transfer, I've never seen any beneficiary. Maybe I should remind people of the former minister Sadiya Umar Farouk, who fed invincible school children during lockdown with 85 billion naira. Even after she was summoned by the EFCC for 37.1 billion naira allegedly laundered in the ministry. Did you hear of anything till today? How many people were lifted out of poverty with puff money Ushibanjo shared at the markets? A lot to unpack. Wilfred from Surulere says, I, Wilfred, score these government 0.00000903. I have no business with the ministers because I never voted them into office. And going forward, as far as I, Wilfred, is concerned, the best way for this country to move forward is this government to step down, vacate the office, because Nigeria will only get worse. Their policies are primordial, medieval, outmoded, antiquated, outdated, primitive, obsolescent, disastrous. I'm so sorry. Okay, so those many words were tickling my brain. Forgive me, all right? I know it's not funny. I know the situation of the country is not even funny, but those many words were really tickling my brain. Okay. So let's look at more messages. Good evening, Honorable Anosike and Auntie Chioma. Please don't call me Auntie Chioma. That's what they call me in my house. Call me Radio Girl, please. Or just Chioma Innocent. Don't call me Auntie Chioma in this place. Thank you very much. Thank God for somebody like Mr. Peter Anosike. He has said it all. To me, APC is not for Nigerians. Sharing money is not a way of lifting people out of poverty. The Tinubu fought for democracy. Please, they should ask him if this is the kind of democracy he was fighting for. If I were president with his age, I'll transform Nigeria and make a name for my generation. Good name is far better. That is why the Western world is better than us. Mr. Anosike, do you agree that that's why the Western world is better than us? Because they respect the fact that good name is better than riches. Okay. Good evening, Sister Chioma and Mr. Peter Anosike. Nigerians are not beggars. If the federal government wants to alleviate poverty, they have to make Nigerians productive instead of sharing money. They should build factories, create employment. Giving people fish is not the solution. Rather, teaching them how to fish should be the priority. The young man who said if Igbos want to become president, they should join APC. Does APC win? Okay. Prince Ayotek from Arena Market. Thank you, Prince Ayotek. Thank you, Anosike. Isiguzo is one of those betraying the Igbos just for bread and butter. Ima from Idimo. Happy Saturday to you, Madam and Mr. Anosike. Mr. Anosike, you're always on point. The man who spoke on behalf of Ohaneze and Mr. Oji from Abia are really fake people indeed. Thank you very much. I am Mboto Basi from Agbado in Ogun State. Evening, Chairman, Mr. Anosike. If they had free and fair elections without vote buying, come on, let me read my message in peace, and intimidation and other vices, will they win? Okay, Nigerians, prepare for the next 3 years of extra nightmare. Okay, that's from Dayo from Fagba. Good evening, Mr. Nosike and Shoma. Tinubu's 1 year anniversary. It is a deliberate act for the government to keep going round in circles while coming up with inimical policies to stifle and cripple refineries, agriculture, hospitals, schools, power supply, and other basic amenities in order for a common man to meet his doom or fizzle out. If no, how long do we wait for the Titanic to crash before we'll salvage it? Chisco from Ijagemo Jaga Road. Good evening, my sister. Happy new month and happy new month. Okay, please, the way Mr. Noske is replying to your question is bad. If the Eastern people continue to talk like this on national radio or in public, will the people from the other regions support them to become president of Nigeria? People like Mr. Noske continue to talk. This is reducing the chances of the Easterner to become the president of Nigeria. Look at the names he's calling his fellow brother because of his own personal opinion and politics. It is not fair the way Mr. Noske is talking to people. If he's a public leader and they're talking to him that way, will he be happy? Mr. Noske, will you be happy? Most of the question you asked him, he did not answer. He was just using Jesus and his disciples. How does that relate to what you asked him? Please don't let us lose interest in listening to your radio. If these your people continue to talk to our leaders like this, what is the difference between him and Nnamdi Kanu? We should mind the way he talked to people. He should leave APC alone and concentrate and talk more on Labour Party and PDP. Thanks and have a nice weekend. Thanks and have a nice weekend from Mr. Olumide in Ijesha. Good evening. All Ohaneze of Isiguzo faction is never for Igbos. I call them propaganda Ohaneze. As for APC, no matter how many years they rule, an Igbo man can never be the presidential candidate. On our refineries, some people should have been in jail by now. It's like Anakin left the refineries, should calibrate and decided to calibrate the brains of the citizens. He forgot that even illegal refineries still produce fuel, but real refineries can't. From Chief Udo, many soldiers and civilians have died, while properties are also destroyed because the government has refused to release Nnamdi Kanu. If this is a serious government and has the interests of the soldiers and civilians at heart, they should release him and serious killings will not stop. If it doesn't stop, then there is more to it. Tinubu should not toe the path of Buhari. Thank you so much for your message. Okay, what is going on? Yes, thank you so much for your messages. I must appreciate you for writing, and it is time for me to go. You have been calling incessantly, but unfortunately I cannot take any more calls at this time as we need to leave, we need to leave like very, very soon. So Mr. Peter Noske, we've talked about quite a plethora of issues, and I just want to know what is, your final opinion on each of these topics that we've discussed in a minute, because we need to go.
Well, for me, sharing money cannot lift anybody away from poverty. It has not happened anywhere in the world. To create wealth, you must become productive. There's no two ways about it. Then on the refinery, for me, they are hiding a lot of things from us, because as somebody said, illegal refineries are refining our crude oil. Understand me? So then why can't a normal refinery that engineers built would not understand? So that's the criminality that is going on in the country. Then what are the other topics?
Yes, we talked about Ohaneze and Isiguzo.
No, I said Isiguzo is a fake. He used to be my friend. We stopped being friends in 2014.
Okay.
When he began to package to do for Buhari.
I think you've touched it all because we talked about cash transfer
handout.
We talked about cash transfer. We talked about Ohaneze. We talked about Chinedum Orji and the APC issue, and of course we spoke about the refinery issue. So I think you've touched on each and every one of it. I just want to say thank you. That's really all I can say. You know what? Let me go and come back next week. We'll do giveaway on this program. I just want to thank you. Thank you so much. First of all, I have to thank Valerie Dosu for holding it down in my absence. Valerie did such a great job, and I am super duper proud of you, and I'm so grateful. Thank you for holding it down. Until now, I'm happy to be back. To everyone who bid me welcome, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm happy to be back right here on radio doing what I love. So join me next Saturday, same time, same station, 4 to 6 p.m. for another exciting, enlightening, informative, educative, and mind-blowing episode of The Recap. If you would like to connect with me on social media, head on over to Instagram and type into the search bar @_the radio girl, @_the radio girl, and you will connect with me on Instagram. Connect with me. I'd like to connect with you. All right. You can also find Mr. Peter Anoske on Instagram @PeterAnoske77, @PeterAnoske77. Again, that's @PeterAnoske77, and of course on YouTube as well. So connect with us. Would love to connect with you. Until I come your way again, same time, same station, God willing, next time. Remember to always do the best that you can to make Nigeria better in your own little corner of the world. We cannot leave everything to the government. While we're talking about what the government is doing wrong, you do something right to make someone feel better today. Have an amazing evening. My name is Choma Innocent. See you next time.